що, вже передаємо 15-й, 16-й. Це 15-й, це 16-й. I'm happy. My name is Ihor Dobrovolskyi. I'm a head of Stabnet NGO here in Ukraine. Before the war, I was the owner of the marketing agency. Before that, I graduated from legal university, then I worked in the banks, and now all my time I spent for Stabnet, for saving our soldiers. Let's start from my personal history. It started when I graduated university in 2004. That was the time of the Orange Revolution, and we as young lawyers, we took part in this, in the elections and things like that, and in Maidan itself. Then it was the other Maidan at 2014. So as a part of the civil society, I always felt myself as a part of the civil society. It was quite original for me to do what I do now. I mean, it's the same. It's not the job. It's the way of life, probably, for my last 20 years. Quite original for me, natural for me to be a part of the Stabnet project and to be involved in changes in this country. This project for me started from one phone call from my friend. She told me that she has some friends in France, and they want to invent something that would help save our soldiers in normal conditions close to the front line. We had a talk with these French volunteers. I realized that they spent a lot of time coming to Ukraine and bringing some medical equipment and ambulances for our warriors. They saw the conditions on the front line and decided to change it somehow. And as I was always fond of design and architecture, and I have some experience in that field, I helped them to visualize the idea. It was very interesting for me too, because I understood that this thing could bring a lot of changes. After that, I found contractor here in Ukraine, great guys, our big friends. They have a lot of expertise in building mobile houses. So it was quite easy for me to work with them and to make a concept of the Stabnet itself as a mobile stabilization point. After that, I've met Damien. We understood each other very quickly. And then our contractor and our friend told us, I'll give you the phone of Razom, go to them, talk to them, maybe they will finance the first one. And we did. We met Taras in Razom's Kiev office. We presented him the idea, and in a week he called and says, okay, let's do it, let's make a pilot Stabnet. And we did. We've built the first one and presented it to the military doctors and to the journalists in February 2024. And since that time, in the past year and a half, we've already delivered 38 Stabnets to the front lines. Stabnet is a mobile stabilization point. We have other stabilization points. They are situated in the ruined building, in the basements usually. They are not so well equipped because our military medics, they are real heroes, but they usually don't have enough funds and to buy modern medical equipment, and first of all to make these rooms most suitable for medical work, let's say like that. And those stabilization points are the priority target for our enemies. So for us, it was very important to make an alternative. What does it mean? It means the alternative here is that we've made this mobile stabilization point to have an opportunity to move it as close to the front lines as possible. It helps us, first of all, to reduce the time that needed for the wounded soldier to came to the qualified medical personnel. Because for many people who are hardly wounded, it's not enough usually. They don't have enough time to get to the normal stabilization point alive. That's the reality. In NATO, they have a golden hour standard. It says that if you deliver wounded person to the qualified medical personnel in the first hour after he or she was wounded, the chances to survive are quite high. But after this first golden hour, they are decreased dramatically. So our first mission as a Stabnet project is to reduce this time to 1 hour. So we are doing it by making the new infrastructure as close to the front line as possible. And the second idea of the Stabnet is to make an infrastructure where medics could serve wounded person in clean, normal conditions, in a specially built medical place, not just in a basement. Why it is important? It is important because a lot of wounded soldiers, they have a high risk of bacterial contamination if they were treated in not medical, let's say, rooms, spaces. It's a really big problem here in this war. Stabnet is constructed in the way that we could provide these conditions, the right conditions, the clean space. We have special lamps, UV lamps to clean it from bacteria. So chances to get this bacterial contamination are decreased dramatically if a person gets to Stabnet, not to the stationary stabilization point. So that's the two main ideas of Stabnet as a project. I think that being a part of the Stabnet project is not about changing country or just fighting against our enemy. It's more about simple people who should have a chance for normal life after the war. I'm talking about the warriors, about the wounded. They are our big heroes, and we need to do everything for them, not just to save their life, it's very, very important, but to give them a chance for normal lives with their families after the war. Normal life with both hands and legs, and without great problems with their health. So that's, for me, that's the main motivation. If we talk about stories, personally, I was mostly impressed after one Facebook post of one of our medics who received Stabnet. After he was working with Stabnet for first 4 months, he wrote that 1,000 wounded soldiers received medical care in the Stabnet for this small period of time. Personally, I was impressed with that number because before that I realized that we do something important, but we couldn't, touch it, understand the numbers because of the military secrets. Yes, because of military secrets. And then I saw this first 1,000. I realized that we are not just giving medics some container. We're building the infrastructure, the big infrastructure with the certain capacity that could change everything. Even if we would count very simple, like the capacity of one Stabnet for 24 hours is 10 persons, 10 wounded, that means that 100 Stabnets, and that's the aim of our project, 100 Stabnets would have a capacity of 1,000 wounded a day. That means 30,000 wounded a month. And 30,000 wounded a month means that everyone who was wounded there, he have a chance to receive qualified medical care in normal modern conditions as the Stabnet provide. I was really impressed by that number, and it allowed me personally to feel the importance of the Stabnet as a project that really changes the way of saving people on the front line. We speak about some energy for me, some inspiration for me. First of all, that's my son. He is 9 years old. His birthday was several days ago. And all the war years he lives with my wife in Germany. They left because of the war, and we don't see each other very often. We only have some holidays together here in Kiev. It's very sad, and usually we communicate through this smartphone. Yes, a very strange way of playing with your kid on a screen, but that's the only option we have, and it's better than nothing, I think. So I hope that the war will over soon. I understand that this mine situation is not unique. A lot of families live like that, and it's not normal. And I would love that the situation will change and families would unite in Ukraine. I'm sure that a lot of people will come back, because if this war gave us some understanding about life, for me personally, the main thing is that I don't want to live elsewhere except my own country, Ukraine. I don't want to go any other country in the world. And the second thing that gives me some energy and helps me to reboot myself, let's say like that, is making something with my own hands. I love to build something, to create something new. And from time to time I'm doing it right now, and it really helps me, give me some art therapy and energy, something like that. What I'm proud of our people. I wouldn't say that Ukrainian nation is very different from other nations on the level of its development, let's say like that, the development of the society. But still, the amount of the people here in Ukraine who are involved in all these civil society things and in changing the state on different levels, it's quite high, and I'm really proud of these people. I think that that's the core, that's what makes us a strong nation now, and that's what helps us to fight against the enemy. I'm really proud of these people who still involved in all this. It's a very hard job. I'm very proud of volunteers who still do their hard job, like for 11 years now, because the war started 11 years ago. That's what makes us Ukrainian, I think, Ukrainians. I'm a bit disappointed that people here, Ukrainians, they stop talking about victory. I think that it is very important to believe in victory, to work for victory and to wish victory to each other, because it was very great to hear these words like in first or the second year of the war, but now the word victory disappeared. I'm a bit disappointed, because if you don't think about victory, if you don't talk about victory, you will not get that victory. And we really need it, because that's our aim. That's the only way for us to survive this war and to stay Ukrainians. So let's wish victory to each other more. I see Ukraine as a European state in the future without any options, because Russian way is not our way. Ukrainians are not Russian. Our mindset is not Asian, it's not Russian, it's European. We have a lot of weaknesses, but we have a lot of strengths in Ukraine, and I believe we need to go through this way to become strong, big Ukrainian and European nation. Ukrainians are walking this path for hundreds of years, and finally now we could finish this way. I mean, we need to win this war. We need to state that we are not Russia, that we are Ukraine. Everyone here in Ukraine, every citizen here should understand that he is Ukrainian. He is not a part of the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union is gone. Russia is a separate state, and it has nothing to do with us. After that, I'm sure that we'll be one of the European nations that deserves the right to be wealthy, to be happy, to have bright future. I have had an opportunity to talk to all people, for instance, in US. I would say, believe in us, believe in Ukraine, believe in our victory. Thank you for your support. I wouldn't say that we are different. We are just the same people as you. We are fighting for our freedom. We are fighting for our independence. We don't want to be told what to do by some other nation, like Russia do all the time. We are normal people just like you, so just be with us, believe in our victory. This victory will be very important for the whole world. I mean, in terms of the democratic values and things like that, because if Ukraine wins, the democracy wins, and that means that you live your life as you say you do, and we want to be a part of that kind of free, independent life as a country named Ukraine. I want to thank our partners from France, the other volunteers from France, Americans from Razom for Ukraine, a lot of our people of goodwill from Europe who support Stabnet. It's very important, their support is very important, because the Stabnet project was born in Ukraine, the idea was French, the realization became possible because of the American money and European money, and a lot of people from democratic countries donated Stabnet. I'm very thankful for that. And for me, it means that Stabnet probably as a small project in a world scale, shows how people of goodwill from different nations, from different democratic nations, would work together for the result, and the result is really important. That's the life and health of soldiers, of wounded soldiers. So thank you very much for your support.